Alright, in this video, we're going back to 1999 to play an old classic. One from my childhood. It's Thrasher, Skate and Destroy. So let's get to it. So yeah, this was a game that came out 21 years ago, and I actually bought it the day it came out. I was really excited about this because I originally played Tony Hawk, and that's what got me into skateboarding. But as soon as I heard that a more simulation type game was coming out, I immediately wanted to get hold of this. And even though the reviews weren't great, I don't know, I just really wanted to try it anyway, and it turned out to be, in my mind, a much better game, because obviously I like more simulation based things and something that was a bit close to real life. So yeah, this was a huge hit for me. Obviously, for a lot of people, Tony Hawk is kind of the best game in a lot of people's mind, but yeah, this game didn't really get enough love, so I kind of want to take some time to go back to it. And back then, I used to do lots of interesting lines and cool stuff that I always wanted to present somehow, either by video or whatever. So me having this channel now seems like a perfect opportunity to go back and introduce the game to new people, kind of show off some of the stuff that I used to do. It's been a long time, so I've probably forgotten most of it, to be honest, but yeah, it should be fun. Go level by level, pick up some interesting stuff, maybe do an edit somewhere in the middle of all of that. So yeah, for the first video, I just want to kind of go over the controls, the way the game is, show the first level, kind of keep it simple this time, I think, and then we'll go in a bit deeper. So yeah, as you can see, I'm on a character customization screen. There's 6 characters overall. I've kind of gone past that and just picked kind of a all-rounder type guy, I guess you can say. Yeah, you pick up sponsors as you play through the game, and with that you get kind of different coloured shirts and things. You get 2 types of outfit as well. I'm not sure if these, yeah, they have the logos and stuff on. Get decks as well. There's a bunch of real sponsors and everything. Yeah, let's get into the game though. To start off with, the first map is this one, Industrial. Honestly, it's not that interesting. It's a pretty simple, basic map. You can't really do any decent gaps or anything, but it's kind of a tutorial map to get you used to everything. So yeah, it seems like a good way to introduce the game to people. And yeah, this is what it's like. Obviously I'm playing this on an emulator, so it looks a bit better than it would do. The controls are pretty straightforward. Hang on, I've got to think about this as a PlayStation controller. X is the push. Wait, I guess you can see the control on the screen. Square is ollie. Circle is your 180s. And triangle is grind. And it's kind of, you hold a direction and, I think, wait, am I doing this right? I've forgotten. Wait, what am I doing? Oh no, I've got it wrong, sorry. See, you've got to wait while I get used to all this. Is it X that's grind, isn't it? And triangle is the flip tricks. Yeah, sorry, I got confused. You hold triangle, and just on its own, it does a kickflip. If you hold a direction at the same time, and release triangle, it will do a different trick. And the other thing with these circle 180s, if you hold the trigger, the right RB, you can do backside versions of these. And that also applies to shove it tricks as well. You have your regular shove it, and then there's the backside version. So there's actually quite a few variations on all this stuff. Oh, and there's also nollie tricks for LB, nollie flips, etc. Hold both triggers, do a shove it, be a backside version of a nollie shove it. And yeah, that's about it, I think. Oh yeah, there's 2 different ways of spinning as well. There's these kind of pre-animated 180s like this. And there's also, if you hold down circle and do a spin, you get like this kind of non-animated version, which you can do a bit more freely. So say if I do like a tail slide. Oh wait, no. A 180 to a tail slide. In this way, he's kind of pointing forward, if that makes sense. If you do this kind of other version of the 180 into a tail slide, I guess it doesn't make a difference. It's kind of got a slightly different way of doing it. It also kind of means you can spin beyond 180 as well, but I don't think this guy's actually any good at spins, so he probably won't be able to do a 360. Yeah, it's not good enough. If you press square in the air, it kind of stops your rotation, which means you can stop at 90 degrees and end up bailing. And yeah, that's about it. Oh, actually, that's not it. There's one hugely important thing, which is my favourite part of the whole game. It's those wall rides. This game has the best wall rides out of anything. Obviously, when I play pipe, like I really like those sort of tricks, but it's kind of like, I don't know, it doesn't always work how you want it to. So it's, I don't know, yeah. It's not quite there yet. It's not fully implemented, I don't think. Or maybe it is. Obviously, like, you're doing ridiculously high wall rides, but it's just, it just adds another dimension to the maps. Obviously, this map is super simple. There's not really a lot to it. Oh yeah, there's manuals as well. There's manuals and regular ones, but it's kind of hard to do tricks out of those. Maybe you can do a flip out one. It kind of goes back to the on all four wheels animation, but you can kind of fiddle it. Okay, that sounds a bit weird. To make it look like you're doing a flip out of the nose manual, so it kind of works anyway. If you don't look too close. Obviously, it's not like the most high fidelity game, so who's looking anyway? And yeah. Oh yeah. There's a lot to explain. If you press triangle and circle, you have front side kick flips. Hold the trigger, you've got a back side. Then you have the nollie versions as well. If you hold the heel flip direction as well, you get like heel flip versions of that as well. It's quite a lot of tricks, honestly, and it takes a little while to get your head around it, but once you do, I don't know, stuff flows pretty nice. I've always found it kind of a slight difficulty curve getting used to it, but once you've got there, you can be pretty realistic and do some stuff. Obviously, it's not to the extent of any of the more recent games. It's, 21 years old. But especially compared to Tony Hawk, where everything's just ridiculous. This was kind of a breath of fresh air, and I think a lot of people didn't really know how to play this. Didn't know how to react to it. Look at that, he didn't register it, but it was a nose manual off that wall ride. You can do little tech stuff. Yeah. Who cares if it doesn't register it? You'll also notice, depending on the trick you do, it kind of evaluates your tricks. So, did it do something on this one as well? Yeah, risky. Anything that's the game deems slightly dangerous is called risky. And if you land awkwardly, you will bail. It's not super unforgiving, but you can't get away with murder. There's actually a harder version of playing this as well. There's an expert mode where you have to press square to land everything. But this save that I got, I am emulating this. I do own a copy of the game, but I can only really play on an emulator at this point, and I didn't really want to play through the whole game to unlock everything. So I got a save, but it's not in expert, which is what I'm used to playing it on. I don't have this much else to say. It's kind of hard on this map because it's a boring one. There's really not a lot, like gap-wise or anything. You can do like vert stuff here, but honestly the vert's not really my thing. It ends up going into Tony Hawk territories for me. Like, the big thing is just the wall rides. if Skater XL or Session gets these in there, like the game, I'd have so... Wow. I forgot about that. You can do like double wall rides on corners. Right, let's give that a go. Right. You can kind of do it, but I don't think it would work on this area. I may have to try it somewhere else. But yeah, it kind of gives you an idea of, if you play around with the engine, there's quite a bit of like cool stuff you can do with it. Oops. In terms of like flip tricks, most of the stuff you can think of is there. It's hard flips, varial flips. Which one was the hard flip? This guy can't land hard flips, it seems. Shove it, 360 flips. I can't remember if there was anything else as well. Bear with me, I will get back into the swing of things. I'm actually like surprised how much I remember, because I played the shit out of this game back then. But yeah, this kind of gives you a general idea of what this game's about, and I was just curious if people are interested in watching this. As I promise you, there is, after this map, there's a bunch of cool stuff that you can do. And it's just, I don't know, something else. I wanted to kind of go back to some classic games. See if we can, oh no. 360 about. Dave Mirror as well. Oh no. Oh dear. We may have to start again. I think the game's crashed. We're back. I forgot to change the guy's outfit. But you know. To be honest, there's not that much more to show, I think. I can't really think if there's any other gaps or things worth showing off. Maybe you could do like a 180 out of this. Yeah. Could you 180? Actually, I know you can do that. This, it's been so long. You can 180 and then do like a fakey wall ride. I need to figure out somewhere to do it. Okay. Yeah. There's a bunch of stuff you can do, and a lot of the later maps are dense. Tons of rails and ramps and different things, so you can kind of like come up with some really cool lines. The characters are quite different as well. There's some that spin really well. There's one guy that's super fast, he can do like massive gaps. Yeah, this is making me remember how much I love this game, even though it's basic. And yeah, to finish up, I'll maybe do a run, show you what happens. You have like a 2-minute timer where you need to score a certain amount of points. It's a bit weird playing this without the music, because honestly the music in this game was amazing, the soundtrack. But obviously I'll get copyrighted to death, because it was a super... Yeah, it was all like super well-known stuff in this game. And I didn't really want to deal with any of that. I can't remember what the point thing was. It's nothing too crazy, to be honest. You just do a bunch of stuff and it's usually fine. Actually, yeah. See, the score has turned green, which means I've actually done enough to clear it. But I'll hang around just to show you what happens when the time runs out. Because you actually have people that turn up trying to stop you skating, which is kind of interesting. It changes the camera view and it's really awkward, but interesting. And I don't think this guy's good enough to get out there. Yeah. You can like jump through that window if you're fast enough, but this guy's not fast enough. He's a pretty like, tech-oriented guy, I think. I can't remember his stats or anything, but... Yeah, I can't remember how blunt slides work. That's something I need to look up, actually. I'll make sure I do that for the next video, because there's definitely blunt slide stuff. So, you can kind of do some long combo-y stuff as well. There is a balance thing for grinds. It's not too ridiculous, but actually if you do a long grind you're probably not going to last too long. It gets pretty hard to maintain them, but yeah, that's about it, I think. Obviously, it's not the most interesting of maps, but I want to give each map its place, and here we go.
I see you, punk. You feeling lucky, punk?
God, why is it so loud?
Stop right now!
You notice you get a point modifier for doing stuff while
Get off
being
that
chased by
board!
the cops. Oh god, oh god, oh god.
I'm all over you! Here's your citation.
And yeah, that's what happens if you get caught. You actually have to reset and do it over again. But this time I'm not going to bother, because, you know, you kind of got the idea of what it's like. And that's about it, I think. The next video, I'm pretty sure it's a much better map, so it should be a bit more interesting. I'll look up some of the other tricks as well, because I get the feeling I'm missing something. I probably should have looked up in advance, but I kind of wanted to, I don't know, just dive in. Relive 21 years ago. How sad is that? And yeah, it's just like something else to put on the channel. Obviously, I'll keep playing all the modern stuff. That's obviously the best, most interesting stuff that's out there, but there's a bunch of old stuff as well that kind of deserves some attention. Dave Mirra as well. Like the foot plants and all the crazy stuff in that game. Like, seeing that again really makes you want that stuff to come into Pipe and BMX the game. Like, I don't know, there's a bunch of stuff, but yeah, that's about it. Pretty simple short video this time, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you want to see more of this game, if anybody's interested. If not, then maybe I won't bother, but I kind of want to come back to this and play it a bit more and do some fun stuff. So yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Oh yeah, like, comment, all that other bollocks, you know, the stuff. My channel is slowly growing, thank you. So the more it grows, the better, you know. Obviously, I'm not going to complain if more people view my stuff. It makes it more worthwhile for me. Helps me kind of keep this channel going, growing, figuring out new ways to get content and stuff. It's all going to be this skate, BMX, whatever related. If there's anything else, I don't know. I was looking at some snowboarding games, but they're not, I don't know, I haven't quite gelled with them. So if anything interesting comes out, please let me know as well, because I'd be happy to look at it. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.